Hello, this is Liz.
Hey Liz, this is Aaron Walker. How are you?
Hi, Aaron. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. What's a Thursday like for you? Are you in Houston? Are you working?
I actually live in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I am a criminal defense lawyer, and I just left court in Blanco, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
on my way back to Austin currently.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I'm catching you in the middle of a work day. Can we talk wedding? Is that okay?
Yes, that's totally fine. I'm
Uh,
just driving, so I'm trying to get to a spot where I can kind of sit and talk to you. But
oh, okay, good. Well, and I hope not to take too much of your time. I just want to learn a little bit about you and your fiance and your wedding date, and then, determine if you have enjoyed our portfolio and if I can make your wedding filmmaker search a little easier. That'd be great by me if it all works out. So, I guess to begin, if it's okay with you, you sent a couple pieces of information on the Calendly to help me understand a little bit
yes,
about your day. So
yeah,
if I can go through this with you, that would help me. Is that cool?
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, then we have, what is that? An April wedding. It says of 22. So
Oh, sorry, I'm at 23.
I'm
Sorry.
sure you did. Okay, cool. Well, we happen to be available on that date. I checked that before. I assumed it was 23, so that'd be great.
Yes,
I don't,
perfect.
and I see Gabe's name here. So tell me just a minute about him. Does he live there in Austin with you, or what's the story?
So we met at A&M. He actually works for the federal government and lives in Laredo.
Mhm.
So we're kind of in this awkward. He has to be there for work for a little bit, and I didn't really want to go live down there, so I'm in Austin.
Yeah.
My family's in Bastrop, so we spend our weekends wherever,
Uh huh.
whether it's Laredo, Austin, Bastrop. His family's in San Antonio.
And do you mean to
But
say
yeah,
like y'all both travel like almost every weekend to be near one another? Is that right?
it's recently just with how life has worked out, yes, because it's busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't the plan,
Uh
and it's
huh.
not like I have to see you this weekend. It's more of a like, oh, we have this event, oh, we have this,
Oh. Okay.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I
Yeah,
see. I see. Um, well, that's really interesting for y'all to be apart like this at this time. But
yeah,
after the
yeah.
wedding date, do you expect to maybe be living together in the same city? Is that the expectation?
At some point we will be.
Yeah, but who knows? Right now,
Some
we're not.
point, yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Moore
Wait.
Ranch? I miss Moore Ranch out that way in Austin. I don't know that venue.
Oh, you don't know Moore Ranch? Okay, Moore Ranch is outside College Station.
Mm.
Towards I don't know. It's a big old farm.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it's out that direction.
And I
Um,
went to like a little community college in Baytown. So
oh,
A&M,
okay.
A&M
Yes.
is College Station. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So
Yes.
this is the
Yes.
the hub where all the family can come and be together, and it's a meaningful city to you guys.
Exactly. Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Um, okay, well then the next thing here is that like you're interested in like a highlight film and then maybe a documentary film. Have you seen much of like the portfolio maybe on our website or on the Knot? Or I guess that's actually question.
Yeah.
The question number one is like, did you learn about us on the Knot from a wedding planner?
I don't remember where. I
Hmm.
want to say I did find you from the knot. I think I was getting frustrated, and I finally was like, you know what? I Google things for work all the time. I'm just gonna Google this.
Hmm.
And I do think I ended up on the knot looking at y'all's stuff.
Okay. Well, then I probably. Oh, you know what? I have texted you a few times. Like I think
Yeah.
with two different highlight films, just because I know you're talking to so many vendors. I'm sure. So I'm just to remind you of who we are and what we do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so we must be on this conversation because the work that you've seen passes your
Yeah.
test of
Exactly.
what a really
Yes.
fun celebratory wedding film should be, maybe. So um,
Yeah.
now the highlight film, those are the ones that you've seen. So I think those couples either had like a 5 to 7 minute highlight film or an 8 to 10 minute highlight film, the one I shared with you over
Right.
text.
Yeah.
So is that, you have your heart set on something fun and short like that? That's a part of what you're looking for?
Yeah. I don't. Truthfully, I don't really know. I'm
Hmm.
more trying to stick to budget and figuring out what our options are that way.
Hmm.
I know we don't need like some crazy elaborate thing. I think a smaller video that kind of captures everything. And I think one of the options y'all had was a recording of the ceremony. So that's what got me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you put their ceremony documentary film, so maybe the elements of the ceremony, you know, like the vows and the rings, like all of that stuff. I shouldn't say rings sometimes, because those vows are kind of like repeat after me type vows. But the vows and the kiss, like all of that, you know, the stuff that says we're getting married, which to me is the promises we're making to one another, and that kiss that seals you as husband and wife, like that's going to be in the highlight film. But the ceremony documentary film, that is the entirety of the ceremony beginning to end, with like, you know, if grandma gets up and reads scripture, if brother plays guitar, you know, that kind of stuff. So are there some elements of your ceremony that, you know, are pretty unique and special?
Yes. Okay, yeah. I think that's what I was thinking, is just seeing what options y'all had with regards to that.
Yeah, cool. Well, what is it in the ceremony that you think is going to be unique or important to like have captured?
I don't know if anything will be unique. Gabe is adamant that he wants a Canon. I am trying to pick my battles, and I don't know what it is about a cannon that he wants. But
a cannon that blasts a cannonball?
Yes. So that's a big Aggie thing. Anytime Texas A&M scores, a cannon goes off, and Gabe is adamant. Like, since the moment we started dating, he's always said, when I die, I want my ashes shot out of a cannon. I said, as long as you make somebody else responsible for that, I'm not doing it. And now it's turned into, I want a cannon at the wedding.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if that's likely going to happen.
I mean, is More Ranch ready with a cannon? Is that something they do?
No, I don't. I'm just saying that's the only thing that could be unique. I don't think anything's, and I shouldn't say it's not gonna be unique. I don't have anything like super incredible planned right now. For the ceremony. It would be more just to like save the ceremony.
Sure. And we can get more into the details of like the costs of these things. And you mentioned the budget, and that is the next item there, which specifies that your budget is under $2,000. Does that still sound right in your mind?
Probably.
Okay. All right. Well, then let me just text you our pricing right now, and I don't expect you to, you know, go over all the fine details, but my business, having operated for over about 10 years now, it's been difficult to work with budgets under 2,000. We have to get kind of creative if a couple in particular loves the way we capture video and edit video. Like I've had couples very recently say, Aaron, well, I'd love for you to capture the raw footage of the day, and then we can look through those clips on our computer, and then, you know, when a couple months or years pass, Aaron, I'm going to email you and you're going to edit something really cool for us, like a edited wedding highlight film. So that's something that we have done recently for a couple or two. So, you know, most couples are hovering around that $4,000 mark, which is the center package that you see there, which is, you know, covers 8 hours on your wedding day, which covers most it covers most wedding days, and then that 5 to 7 minute film, which, you know, we're going through all of the footage and trying to tell the story of your wedding day and of y'all's relationship, and that number is kind of the price that, you know, my business is operating at right now. So do you expect that, you know, in talking with Gabe or your family, that there could be more room in the budget and we could have further conversations?
Yes, absolutely. It's something truthfully, I don't have a big idea right now. So we have some of the main stuff done. We're just trying to figure out, you know, what general prices are on everything else right now. So I'm not saying I want to discredit you, because I really do like your work and stuff. It's just trying to figure out how we can get the best of everything without, you know what I'm saying, without killing ourselves.
100%. And this is not inexpensive stuff. I totally appreciate that. Like, it is you know, these are big decisions that, you know, couples and families are making on choosing their vendors. And my own wife and I, we didn't get a wedding film 10-ish years ago, and that was my regret of my wedding day. It's like, of all the money that we spent, I got back from the honeymoon and we saw really cool wedding films, because I thought beforehand that they were dorky dad videos of like terrible stuff. And so I just was like, Katie, I can do this. I can make the films for my couples that I wish that I had of our wedding day.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
that has begun that snowball, 10 years ago, into where, filming weddings for my couples is like the number that's like the center of the bullseye for me still, because it's the most meaningful work that I get to do. I'm filming for small businesses and nonprofit organizations and churches and things. Working for businesses, creating videos too, but it's like the weddings that is like so important to me and my team to, tell an amazing story that our couples can look back on and really cherish. So I know that like you're excited about what the highlight films that you've seen us produce, and the budget thing is a question and like a little bit of a homework assignment for you to go back to the team and determine what can be done as you talk to more vendors and learn their pricing and all of that. So I think with all that said, like, do you have any particular questions for me? I know you need that information as far as the pricing, which you have now. But is there anything else we should go over so I could, help you if you have any video questions or how it works on the day or anything? I'm just here to be helpful.
Yeah, no, you're good. You answered a lot of my questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still, I'm sure you meet with a lot of people and a lot of brides that have a lot of things figured out very quickly and very whatever. That isn't necessarily me right at this moment, but we're working on it and we're going to get there.
I believe that like a step in the right direction is the right move, even if you don't like feel like you're all that planned or something. Like, you're talking to vendors, you're at least going in the right direction. So I applaud that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, thanks. I know it'll get done eventually. It's not there yet. But you've answered a lot of the questions, especially the questions I have right now at this moment. But I have your number. So if I have more questions, I will definitely follow up with you. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk it through and stuff.
Yeah, well, you're so welcome. And you're a safe driver. I don't know if you pulled over, so thanks for taking the time to do that and just learn a little bit about my business, and I can give you some more information there. So you guys sound, the story of y'all being far apart at this point in your lives and then coming together for this wedding in April, and like it's like a reunion of kinds, and then maybe you could be in the same city after that date, who knows, but like it seems like there's a really cool and beautiful story to tell there. So it would really be a privilege if the details all are sorted out and we could work together. I would really like that, but I just want to find something I think that works for both of us. So with that in mind, just keep an open mind or send me your questions or whatever. Don't let me bother you too much. Maybe I'll give you like a whole week or even 2 weeks before I ping you again, just to see if you've made any progress on making, a decision on, finding more video information. But like I said, don't let me bother you, but I probably will, I'll give it some time. I'll give you some space.
Yeah. Sounds good. I appreciate that. And I'll definitely keep you in the loop if I whatever, where we are with things.
Yeah. All right. Well, Elizabeth, thank you again so much. And maybe I'll hear from you soon. Thanks a lot.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. YouTube video number 1. Check it out. That was a sales call with a bride. Her name is Elizabeth, as you heard. And with some information I receive on when they put themselves on my calendar with this Calendly program, I learned some information and I learned their budget, and that allows me to really quickly get to if we can be a good fit or not. I definitely used to, 10 years ago, do wedding films under $2,000. So there's a wedding film company or producer for her and for Gabe. But, with the way I'm running my business now, hiring shooters and editors and growing as a business, like the plan is that Aaron cannot be gone every weekend. I have a family, I have a wife and 2 young boys, and I've been at weddings for almost 10 years now. And so I can't, in the next 5-ish years, like I can't go to weddings anymore, So I'm turning 150 Weddings into a business that is driven by me and owned by me, and the philosophies are all my wedding filmmaking philosophies and way of approaching wedding films and way of approaching edits of wedding films. But it will at some point not be Aaron holding the camera or editing on the computer. So that is why the pricing, like this middle package she looked at, is over $4,000, and that's kind of the sweet spot where either I can hire people to go and be there on my behalf, or I can go and it's still worth my time. So it's a slow process for like, how do I remove myself from the jobs more and more and more? And it's hard, it's scary, it's difficult. Some couples are asking like, okay, so Aaron, you have a team? Like, are you going to be there? And that's a question it's a little bit hard for me to answer, and feel comfortable in my response. But I in my branding and on my website and on my social medias, I need to like communicate clearly that 150 Weddings is not the Aaron show. You're not hiring Aaron Walker Films. You are hiring 150 Weddings to film your wedding day. And it all comes from me and my mind, and like at least the big picture philosophies. Now, every shooter and editor has slight differences in how they approach things, of course. And I hope that those shooters and editors can express themselves and have ownership of the project in those ways, but it does have to meet the bar that I have set for my business: the shooting, the image, and the edit, and the fun and the celebration of the edit. So those are the things I'm thinking about as I'm on this sales call, and specifically on the budgets. It's just been very top of mind right now, and why not make my first YouTube video about it? And so that's what I tried to do in that sales call, was like simply be as helpful as possible, genuine as possible. I mean, that was genuine. I really am interested in her and her fiance and the story that they have to their story, because like it's fun. That's why I'm a video producer. I love telling stories with video cameras. It looks so cool. I'm still excited about it all, and so I'm that's what I'm trying to convey to my couples or clients, or business clients on these calls, is my enthusiasm, my professionalism, that I care about their project, I care about their results, and I care about their story. Now, there are just some stories I don't get to tell because of budget. I think that's simply a reality. And there are filmmakers out there who can tell the story for this couple's budget. I did, with all that, try to keep it very open, in the sense that, hey, if you go back to your, Gabe, and you go back to your family and you find that there's more budget and you love our portfolio and you'd love us to be there, like, I want to be there with you, but this budget thing it's difficult. It's tricky. I don't know how we can find something that works for both of us if your budget is less than $2,000. So I feel like I communicated an openness and I do want to have more conversations with you if something changes on your end of the equation. To be honest, that is the honest truth. And it's all good. It's okay. They choose another vendor. That's great. They're gonna have a great wedding day. They're gonna have a great wedding film, I'm sure. Okay. That's the sales call. Video is now complete.